target for gun violence once again. The city of Richmond was known as one of the most dangerous cities in the Bay Area, if not the country.
We do this for our future.
Moving forward.
For our future.
Join us for difficult conversations about important topics.
Highlighting young leaders that are paving the way for change.
Have fun while sharing our platform with our favorite local businesses and organizations. And this is the For Our Future podcast. Let's keep Richmond moving forward.
Thanks again for sticking by us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the For Our Future podcast. This is the final episode of the season. We have a special episode planned for you. We got some giveaways. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. We got one of our hosts back in the mix joining us. And yeah, let's get the show on the road. We have Diana with us today. Diana, how are you feeling?
Hi, everybody. I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm especially happy that Gio's back with us. So for those of you who don't know, he had a kid recently, so he had to take a little bit of time off. But Gio, we're so excited to have you back. How have you been? Catch us up.
I've been great. I mean, last month has been a feeling that I've never had. My baby was born November 18th, so he's coming up on a month on Friday. So I'm very excited. Been catching up on the podcast when I can. Caught you guys live twice. Been missing being here. You know, every time I see you guys, like I was telling Diana, I want to give my input every time I see you guys. Like, I feel like I'm there, you know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, life is great. You know, holidays are around the corner. I'm not sure if I was here for the Thanksgiving. I think the last episode I was here was before that.
So it's been a little while.
Yeah, so it's been, about a month. But other than that, I'm glad I'm back. Like, I told him, I've been talking to him, trying to get back, trying to find a good medium to where I could be here and not get my kids sick. So
yeah, no, we're glad to have you back for the grand finale. It's been a good year for you between the Lakers winning, the Dodgers winning, and then you got a son. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
What more could I mean? Besides everything going on, I mean, it seems like you're having a great year.
Yeah, I mean, it's how you look at life.
Yeah.
Everything that's came with whole 2020, I've been trying to take the positive from what I can. But man, I'm glad I'm here.
You're looking a little slim too.
Nah, man, I've been working out this last week, but not enough for it to show. So.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. It's the shirt. It's the shirt, maybe.
Probably.
The black, they say black makes you look slim. But looking good, man. Looking
exactly
good.
Why I wore it.
And the camera, it's supposed to add 10 pounds. I don't know. You do the math. But we're going to talk about a few different topics today. Mostly we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing during the holidays to celebrate and still keep a positive mindset during these challenging times. And like G said earlier, it's all about how you look at things. And if you keep a positive mindset, you could definitely keep yourself sane during these crazy, wild, interesting pandemic days. So, Diana, what do you have for us today? What did you really want to dive into as far as this topic?
Well, first I wanted to do a little recap, actually, because for those of you who didn't know, this is the last episode of the second season. We do plan to come back third season sometime in January, but kind of a little recap. So what did both of you like the most out of all this season? What was one of the highlights? Maybe one of the lowlights?
I want to say, I'll start off with saying that I think we started off really strong from the last season. But then, of course, with this whole pandemic thing that came about, everything, not just with this, but it's been kind of, up and down. But I'm glad we all just kind of kept it going. And we knew we kept the conversation going. We were communicating with certain things. Other than that, I mean, I feel like we all, from compared to last season, our vibe and just the way we talk, it just runs a lot smoother than last season. I can definitely feel it. When you guys walk in the room, we start talking, just about random things now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, one of the things that I really liked was how we had the intro, all professional. Shout out Mark for putting that together. And then we had the intros to the segments that we were using. And I think that really added like a professional aspect to it where everything was kind of smooth and we had a structure set instead of just completely open format, which I thought was really cool and added a level of like production that we didn't have in the first season. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do next season, because I already know we're gonna put together an even better game plan. So I'm excited for that. How about you?
Yeah, most definitely. I really like the surprise episode of the season that I really, enjoyed was the voting episode with Yenny. It was so insightful, and it was nice. The whole team was here. And it was just a lot of good, important information. So that was really one of the stronger points of the episode of the season that I really enjoyed. And also, I really enjoyed kind of picking Mike's brain and, learning more about neurology, I guess, both in male and female. So that was super insightful too. So those are the top two highlights. There was little hiccups here and there because we were obviously missing parts of the crew in some parts of the episode. People started kind of, because of sickness or like other things that were going on in our lives, falling out a little bit. But now, we're back on track. But there's been a little bit of ups and downs in that type of sense. But overall, as a whole in the season, I've definitely noticed just our strength and how we are as communicators and stuff like that. So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the structure, like Anselmo said, has really helped us with people leaving and coming in and out or having the guests. The structure has just kept us flowing much better. You know what I mean? So with that, man, like this season 2, that's why I wanted to be here for at least for the last episode. Just looking back on it, I've been very excited about coming back. Of course. Like I told you guys, balancing it is not as easy when you have a child at home. That comes first, obviously. But just talking, and I wanted to be here.
For sure. Yeah. I bet you've been really limited on sleep. That's what I hear, right? When you have a baby, you hardly sleep.
Yeah, especially like the first 2 weeks with him. He had to sleep on like this UV blanket. And that's because he had his jaundice levels were a little bit higher, so his kidney wasn't his liver wasn't processing everything. So just laying him on that was a little hard. But I mean, as far as the sleep, other than that, he wakes up like babies wake up every 4 hours or so. So if he sleeps at 11, he'll wake up around 3, and then children really can't communicate. So
yeah.
Well, other than that, I mean, I'm off of work, so I mean, I get the nap when he falls asleep, or sometimes I'm not even that tired. But with the biggest advice people have gave me who've had children, sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yeah.
Don't try to stay up and But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. So
that's good. That reminds me of Tiguerita. I know I always bring her up, but this girl has a habit of waking me up like at 3 or 4 in the morning. But the trick is to feed her super, super late so she doesn't bother me in the middle of the night. Because the later I feed her, the less early she wakes me up.
Okay.
Yeah. The latest I can get her to wake me up is like 6 or maybe 7.
Yeah. That's one of the toughest things as far as the baby. When the first week he was like waking up, like he was going to sleep from like 6 p.m. to about 10. Then he'd be up from 10 to like 1, sometimes even 2. Like twice the first 2 weeks he was up to like 3 a.m. That's when I really felt it. I'm like, man, there's only so much you could do.
Yeah.
Either they're hungry, a diaper change, and then other than that, it's just like a big question mark. You know what I mean? But that guessing game.
Let me ask you this, but before I do, shout out everybody tuning in, and don't forget we are gonna have some giveaways. So let me show you what we got in store. As promised, we're gonna be giving away this and some other things. This is the grand prize, so make sure that you comment and follow along so that you can actually get an opportunity to win that. Don't want to miss it. I haven't used it, but it is a very nice toothbrush, better than I've ever used in my life. I always use a really, really basic one. But yeah, G, I wanted to ask you one question about fatherhood. Do you feel like your life has changed at all? Do you feel like, did you have like a light bulb switch where it's just like, wow, okay, this is different?
It hasn't been a major change. The only thing is I'm a little more conscious about, his safety as far as the whole COVID thing right now. I mean, that's one of the major things. But other than that, I don't think I've felt too much of a change. I do notice, like, I stare at him a lot, or like when he's asleep, I want to wake him up, just like to kind of, be with him, kind of get a reaction from him. But other than that, I mean, my life within the last 2 years I was already preparing for having a child, you know what I mean, just mentally.
Yeah.
So it kind of just, it wasn't like, I had a baby as soon as, or it came out of nowhere. Basically I was preparing it for a couple of years already. I think the timing was just right. So not too much change. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like really positive, man. I'm really glad that you're able to join us and share some of this information with us.
But I will say, if I had a child maybe years ago, it would have been a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So hold off as much as you can. That's like the biggest thing. I like maybe at the age of 25 or 27, I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
When
your mentality is just different, you know what I mean?
How did you know you were ready?
Just the way I kind of just analyzed myself throughout the years, and how I've improved, and like I've just talking to different people when they compliment me or say, "Oh, you have changed," you kind of just reflect on the things that you used to do and things you do now.
Yeah. We're not going to dig too deep into the things you used to do, but
but overall, man, I'm happy. That
most definitely.
A feeling I've never felt. As far as once I seen the baby, man, like I've loved my family and stuff like that. But when you see somebody that's yours, like it's, oh my God. I literally just find myself staring at him.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
I feel that positive energy, man. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And go ahead, congratulate G in the comments. And Diana, you had any other questions about recapping the season?
One more thing to go back to what Gio said. I'm really glad you said, like, hold off on the whole kid things for as long as you can. Because I feel like right now, it's not just me, but other peers that are around my age, 27. So, like, me and my cousins, we get that a lot from family. When are you going to have kids? When are you going to have kids? And I, like, personally, I don't feel ready. I talk to my cousins and some of my friends my age. They don't feel ready, but there's so much pressure. So I'm really glad, you brought that to light and you're emphasizing, hey, wait, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, each age is different. I mean, I think it's whenever you're ready. Nobody could really tell you when, but, and then when then you become ready, you start feeling like, maybe like 2 years ago, I felt like I was ready, but then at the same time, I was like going back and forth with it. But once everything else is good in your head mentally, I mean, it'll just flow, But I got the pressure too from my parents, my mom. Like, I'm first child at 33, yeah. So she, wanted not a nephew, I'm sorry, a grandson and stuff. It's like just pressuring, not really pressuring, but always bringing it up,
Yeah.
And then I know a lot of families do that. They kind of just nudge you and like, hey,
Thinking about it, it's like I can't really relate. My sister kind of, but not really. Like, I don't really feel any pressure. I don't think I put too much weight on anything that really my family like has to say about it. Anything I got going on. It's kind of like, well, okay. Yeah. So for me, it's kind of like, okay, but I have a really, really, really unique perspective.
Yeah.
I know I've shared that with you, G, and that I don't plan on having kids. I don't know if ever. That may change, but I really just don't.
I would say keep an open mind. Even with myself, I've always thought about having children, but then as I got older, started maybe at my 30s, I'm like, maybe I won't have kids, Like my idea on it just changed every year, every month, depending on how I was feeling. But it's all on you. Don't let anybody pressure you.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I know you don't, but I mean, just the viewers in general. I mean, however you feel. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the most important part, as long as you have a good relationship, that's where it starts.
Hmm.
Other than that,
Oh,
it
for sure.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So true.
I think the only person that could actually have any leverage pressure on that is my wife.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think anyone else's
Yeah.
opinion really matters on that. And yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I think it's a beautiful thing, man. It's really to wrap your head around it from like scientific perspective. It has always been like mind-boggling to me. Like, I don't know. It's like it's so crazy just how the process works and like how a child is actually born. So we could talk about this really in
For
depth,
sure.
but man, it's just
Let's make it
it's a
into
beautiful
an
thing.
episode.
Yeah, we should
We
next
really
season.
should.
Next
Yeah,
season.
it's definitely interesting. And, you know, to kind of tie this back into, you know, Christmas and holiday get-togethers and gatherings, there's where I hear it the most. Like when all my family members get together, me and my other girl cousins that are like my age, they're the ones that say it like if they know everything that's going on in your life and they know you have like enough money to do these things and enough
Yeah.
space and enough resources
Yeah.
and everything about your relationship. That's kind of where you hear, oh, you know, where are the kids at? Oh, are you planning soon? I think for women in particular,
Yeah, I agree with that.
because there really is a timeline that's unfortunate.
Definitely.
And so we definitely feel that pressure a lot harder, depending on your family, of course. Every person's different. But in my instance, my huge family, yeah, I definitely hear that a lot.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's one of the things I don't really like about holiday get-togethers.
That's a good swing
Yeah,
right there.
but, you know, luckily with the whole thing going on right now, you know, there's not a lot of people getting together anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of safe when it comes to that. But yeah, that's one of the things I don't look forward to. And I
Yeah.
kind of try to redirect it. Like, okay, well, you're going to help me take care of them?
Uh-huh.
You want to be the padrinos or what? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how I kind of just redirect it.
We got Victor tuning in. I think Real Combat Media.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure if he has opinion on that. Let
Oh,
us
I'm
know. Let
sure.
us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm
That-
sure.
that's,
He knows what I'm talking about.
Victor,
Exactly.
for those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
is actually Diana's cousin,
Yes, my
and
cousin.
he's helped start moving forward. So
Yes.
he's supporting, and we appreciate that. But I'm sure he probably has an opinion on this one. Also, shout out Real Combat Media. Shout out O3J Kid John, the host who's not able to be here today. We do hope eventually he's able to join us again. But shout him out. Can't forget that. And yeah, perfect segue Diana had earlier into what we're going to talk about for the bulk of the show today is celebrating the holidays, whatever you actually celebrate, whether that be Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, nothing, whatever you do. But living through these times, COVID times, during the holiday season, which can be, very difficult for some, for many reasons. And people I know who are struggling with like depression already and then have to deal with COVID and all this, could be dealing with a lot of stress. So we're going to talk a little bit about things that we're doing to kind of try to deal with and stay sane during these times and not get too stressed or worked up about it. And so, yeah, is there anything that you two can think of off the top that you want to just jump into this conversation topic over?
I don't think I have anything I want to jump on.
Did you want to start on the advice segment? Or?
Yeah, no, I'll jump right into it. So like, yeah, I feel like things that people can do or can try and do during the holidays that can help manage or get through the holidays without feeling too bad and stuff. Because I know some people don't have a lot of family around, or maybe they're dealing with loss of a loved one. And so when the holidays roll around, that person's not around or their family's not around, they can feel depressed and sad. And so some things you can do is try and spend time with the people that are here, the people that are near to you, the people that love you. And I don't know, during the COVID, for some people, that's not even an option. And so whatever you have to do, sometimes you got to jump through hoops and do the Zoom thing, or maybe get old fashioned and write a letter. Or there's other ways that you can still, show some love to somebody that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be there in person. And so trying to work with what we got, work with the situation. And I know many people are doing different things and dealing with the whole pandemic and COVID differently. Some people are just not going around anybody. Some people are just going around their immediate family. Some people are just with their household. Maybe they live with their parents already, so it's a little bit easier. And so there's so many different scenarios. But one thing that I think that can really help people is just really focus on showing love and appreciation to people that are around you and remaining grateful for the things that you do have and not focusing too much on what's not here. Not to say that you don't want to pay respect to the loved ones that you may have lost, but at the same time, don't just dwell on it, because it's just going to really just be a negative experience. During the holidays it's hard. And so, like working at a school, right? When I worked at a school, one of the things that we always were taught or trained on is not like asking the kids like, so how was your Christmas? Or doing a project where the kids have to talk about things they did during the holidays, because some kids may not have such a positive experience. And so putting them on the spot or trying to get them to discuss and talk about things that aren't really positive for them in the first place can be, detrimental to their school experience, and they could kind of close up. So that's the type of thing that we kind of wanted to refrain from and kind of keep more things open-ended questions and not really so specific. So now that I'm just did my spiel, maybe you guys got some thoughts flowing.
Well, let me ask you, as far as, let's take this COVID thing out. On a regular year, how do you go about during the holiday season? Do you normally go to a lot of family events? I don't know, small family, big family. Me in particular, I have a small family, so it's usually me just going to my mom's house. Never had a big family, so it shouldn't be too different this year. Besides having a child, every day I've asked them, or every time I've gone, probably twice or three times when they've seen the baby, I just ask them ahead of time how they're feeling, sick or not. But besides that, usually holidays, spending time with family a little more. My small family I do have, my brother, his family, and my parents, and then we go over there, and New Year's, Christmas Eve. So it's never anything huge for us, so it shouldn't be anything different this year. But as far as you guys normally do big parties during the holidays?
Yeah, I definitely have like the holiday blues right now, because it's not just December and I guess last part of November. It's kind of a year-round thing. There's always someone's birthday. There's always someone baby shower or wedding or something. So this year has felt so dull in comparison to all the other years that I've been here. Yeah, because there's usually like a party every weekend, or at least someone's having a barbecue, or they're watching the fight or something. Something's going on. So that kind of sucks. That's the part I miss the most about the holiday, or even something simple like one of my aunts or maybe my mom cooking something and just inviting people over to help her. So you for sure can't do that. So that's one part of the holidays I for sure miss. But something to keep my mind off of it is just really trying to stay connected and really try to make an effort with the chances that you do have with the people you can get in touch with. So for example, one of my best friends, she's from San Jose, and so she's gonna go down from San Jose to Richmond to visit her family, and we're like making it a priority to meet up, exchange gifts, maybe go through a drive-through, get coffee real quick, and just be on our way. Like making sure that there's little instances like that where there's still a chance to at least connect with someone, or like really make an effort on one part to another part, So that's one key thing I definitely recommend to kind of remedy the other stuff, make it a bigger thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's really important, like maintaining relationships even during these times where you can't really be uh, in person with people all the time. But yeah, some things that I do usually during the holidays is celebrate with mostly my immediate family. Sometimes I go to like the bigger family events because really the family is really big, but uh, the big family only really gets together for like big occasions, like maybe weddings and maybe like one of the older families' birthdays and stuff like that.
Right.
Yes, it's not like a regular occasion when everybody gets together because there's a lot. But for like holidays, like a regular Christmas, usually like immediate family, maybe like one other group of like cousins or aunts and stuff like that. So maybe 20 people. I don't know, but that's like, for me that's like a small group. And so usually that's what we do during the holidays. But other than that, I usually get together with friends. Usually during the holidays, I know like we'll go do like stop by like a brewery or something. You know, have a good time with the friends there, and yeah. So I am gonna miss out on some of that. And then also New Year's, I usually do something for New Year's. I don't know, go to a concert, go somewhere, do something, hang out, celebrate the New Year. So that's definitely out. That's another thing that I'll be missing. But trying to figure out ways to get creative and still do something and enjoy, you know, yourself. I think that you don't want to just give in and say like, I can't do nothing. I'm just gonna just not do anything and just be a downer about it. There's ways. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that is what it's gonna take. You know.
And it's always with times like this where people start coming up with new things, new ways of celebrating, or just not letting it bring them down. December for me, it's usually huge because it's my brother's birthday, it's my sister-in-law's birthday, it's my girlfriend's birthday. Of course, the other holidays. My grandfather passed a day before Christmas Eve, so I mean that's another thing too. So it's just always something like I usually love this time just because it's time that I start spending with the closest people.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, there's always a way.
Yeah. This holiday season does feel a lot different.
Yeah.
I say that like I don't know if it's because I miss going and standing in line at all the stores when I do my Christmas shopping. I don't know if it's because I haven't been to the stores as much, but usually during this time of the year, it's like I'm always like going shopping after work or stopping to pick something up or drop something off and running around a lot more. Yeah. Whereas this year, I'm not doing as much running around, which is a good thing, but it definitely doesn't feel as, Christmassy or holiday-ish,
I think a lot of people feel that way. Just because during the Christmas season you have families out there, people who usually stay home, go out, and see everybody's just in the spirit, in a good mood. Kids are excited. I know, like, some people just go get their coffee, hot chocolate, go shopping on a Saturday for their family, and seeing kids all happy, it puts you in a good mood, shopping for others, kind of just getting creative with what you want to get for them. It's all, fun. As far as as you get older, you start wanting to give people things, and but definitely, I just when you brought up what we've done, like as far as friends, like me and Summer, we've done the Santa Con, we've done Christmas sweater parties, we've done all kinds of get-togethers.
Usually yearly, right?
Yeah, yearly. There's something that we do. New Year's Eve, if there's somebody that doesn't have anything to do, you kind of just, they come over, so you create something. It's going to be a lot tougher this year for sure.
Yeah. And not that I miss standing in a line and shopping like that, but I've been doing a lot more shopping online.
You save money that way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a good thing.
You
save, I don't know, maybe because you have more time to look through the items, and then you're not like entranced with the item of clothing in front of your hand, like in store. That's what happens to me. Like sometimes I'm in store and I'm like, oh, but it's so pretty. Okay, register's right there. I have to get. I'm kind of an impulsive buyer sometimes. But then online you can compare, and you're like, no, responsible Diana go with this one. It's a little bit cheaper. It's on sale. Just get it. I feel like you're a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It's more cost effective to do that online.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think for me overall, the whole pandemic has definitely been good for me as far as saving money, and I'm so grateful because I haven't missed any work. I've been steadily working, and I can't complain about that end. So personally, it's been good because I mean, obviously, there's not much to do. You can't go too many places and spend money because that's what I love to do. Not exactly, but
I've been saving money as well. I know there's a lot of people right now that are also spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's gonna get worse for them, like during this whole Christmas time. But really, go save your money, people.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
One thing I really focus on with this whole pandemic is kind of just bringing down my debt. It wasn't a lot, but man, I've knocked it down a good 80%.
Yeah.
And it feels amazing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why I'm always in a good mood now.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody walking around with that feeling, but just save your money. If you don't, with saving the money, how do you guys, when you guys go buying gifts for people, do you guys find it tough?
Sometimes.
No.
Depends.
I don't really find it tough unless I don't know the person.
Okay.
And it's like a work exchange or something, then but usually no.
So what we've done, it was always tough to do at my house, at my parents' house, because it's always, I don't really need anything. Like my family's always like that.
I think we're on the same boat.
They don't need things. They feel like when they want something, they buy it. They already have it. So we started this thing maybe like 4 years ago at my mom's house. Since we always meet there, we kind of started the list of things that you might need. So that way you don't get them things that they don't need and waste your money. Second, you get them something that they want, and then third, you can just go straight to getting it instead of that.
Life hack.
Yeah.
Came with the life hack a little early.
Yeah. Well, it is.
Yeah.
I probably should have saved that one.
You should have saved that one, man. What are you doing? Gave away.
I got a couple today. So
I have a free life hack. Not really a life hack, but something fun you can do with your family. I don't know. You want to save money and you want to kind of celebrate Christmas. So if I go on a run, and because it gets dark now, right? So if I go on a run, now my boyfriend comes with me. He put this little seat on his bike so his son can get on the seat. And so we run around the neighborhood. And I feel like people really want to make up for, not going out the pandemic. So there's just so much more lights out right now. There's so much like Santa Claus, dolls out or whatever. Those the huge one, the ones over there. Mm-hmm. Those and snowman. So like in the area where I live, like all the homes are super lit up. So that's what we do for him. And he loves that, Gianni, his son. So that's a cool little life hack. Instead of going to visit Santa, you can't right now anyway. Just kind of riding around through the streets. And kids love that. I've
noticed a lot more holiday lights up everywhere. Just even in my neighborhood, there's a couple houses that are like, what's his name? Griswold, like the Griswold family. Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just crazy. It's like lights everywhere. It's like you're in Vegas.
Is it the Halloween
family? That house, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. They went all out. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they also go all out on Halloween decorations. So they're into being festive and decorating the house, and people in the neighborhood appreciate it. I appreciate it.
That's how it's always been. So I don't know if you remember, you always go to my dad's house.
Yeah.
And he lights that thing up. He's on the roof like a month before, doing everything, and like people come by and take pictures. So that's kind of always been for us, like holidays, it's family time.
Yeah.
And get people cheered up to do it. My dad doesn't have to do it, but he does it because people get excited about it. For any holidays, like Halloween. They do stuff for Valentine's Day, all types of things. They put stuff out there just to kind of get people in the mood.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. It makes you feel good too. When you're making other people feel good, you feel good about it too. So I'm sure he gets some enjoyment out of it. Oh, yeah. And it's like same thing moving forward. Everything that I do with moving forward, I get like a lot of benefit personally from it because I just feel so good about doing good things in the community. And so I think that is like a real motivation to keep doing the work that we're doing. And so kind of relates to what your dad
yeah,
does.
definitely. Because I know my dad puts a lot of hard work in. Or you put a hard work into moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, after all that's said and done, the feeling of giving,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's like no other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You just feel so satisfied with how you made somebody's life different or feel different.
And speaking of giving, I'm going to say it again. I did make reference to it earlier. We are going to be giving away this at the end of the episode. So make sure you comment. Let us know that it's done. If you need to know what needs to be done, check out our Instagram page at Moving Forward 510, and you can see the rules. You got to like a couple pages. You got to follow. You got to subscribe to one thing. Let us know that you've done that in the comments, and then we're going to select a lucky winner. All right? So don't forget to do that. We're going to give this away at the end of the show. But not only that, we're also going to give away a little bit of unsolicited advice. But it's not really a negative thing in this situation. Usually I'm not one to dish unsolicited advice. But since this is a giveaway episode, we're giving away not only actual tangible items like this Oral-B Genius 9600 toothbrush, kind of like the Red Ryder BB gun, but for your teeth. We're going to be giving a little bit of game recognized game. We're going to give a little bit of advice that we think may help somebody. And yeah, how are you feeling, Diana G? You got some advice that you're ready to share?
For sure.
Yeah. But,
drop that knowledge on them.
First off, I just want to say that this toothbrush is like the Ferrari of toothbrushes.
No doubt.
Lamborghini of toothbrushes.
It has Bluetooth.
I don't know if you could put that in the screen for them to see
Yeah.
without moving anything. Oh yeah. All in one. What doesn't it do?
I don't know why it has Bluetooth. Maybe it has a speaker on it. I don't know.
It tells you when you need to brush your teeth next.
But we got to shout out Walnut Creek Dental and Stephanie from Walnut Creek Dental for hooking us up with that to give away to somebody. We appreciate them. Appreciate everybody who always shows us love and does anything to support us. We definitely appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
So who wants to go first with the advice? Want me to go?
Yeah, I kind of did do an advice with the old writing the stuff down for what they want for Christmas.
You already did yours, huh?
Okay. This is something I heard earlier this year, and it's something I really try hard to live by. It's super hard, but it's really useful. Okay, so the life advice is failing to plan is planning to fail. And I feel like that's so true because 90% of the time when I don't plan, I end up not doing as good as I really want to. That's 100% true. So I took a class earlier this year and it was on project management. And so I actually heard that from a project management teacher. And yeah, I totally believe her. She's super credible. She's just like this super nice, organized lady. She actually reminds me of Lady. She's like super on top of it, super organized. So that's something I definitely, it's hard, believe me, it's super hard, but that's something that I believe to be 100% true. And yeah, something that I definitely advocate. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I advocate it for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, no doubt. So I have one that I want to share that I think really rings true. At least for me, it does. And it's like adopting the growth mindset and making sure that you don't limit yourself. So always staying hungry to learn more in every situation, even in failure, even when you win, there's always room for growth. And so that's something that I've adopted to life and I try and use when we strategize for moving forward. No matter how successful we've been, we celebrate those successes, but we also use what we learned in the process to adapt and make what we're doing even better. And so I think that's a skill, is adopting the growth mindset, continuing to learn, and not limiting yourself. So I wanted to segue into something really quick. And so something that we cannot finish this season without doing is shouting out Ronnie, because I feel like Ronnie, he came on to the podcast. By the way, Ronnie is behind the scenes right now clicking on the computer so we can rotate between the cameras and hear us on the microphones. He's been holding it down. And so definitely got to shout him out. And, he's a high school student, soon to be going to college. And we got to definitely show the appreciation that he deserves. So I got a little something for Ronnie here today that I wanted to present to him. And I thought, for me, I love this kind of stuff. I hope that he likes and appreciates it too. I got a couple things for him. And so, being from Richmond, I've always felt excited, and I always followed the careers of successful people from Richmond. And so, to me, it always shows and proves that it's possible, when someone from Richmond makes it to the NFL, or when someone from Richmond reaches another high level of success, you can look at them and say, wow, they did that. It's possible for me too. And so that way of thinking makes me super excited every time I hear about someone from Richmond or from the Bay Area reaching high levels of success, and trailblazing and setting the way for future generations and other people to say, okay, like he did it, she did it, I can do it too. And there's a long list of people from our area that have reached those levels. And it's like, because for me, like Richmond in this area is like the center of like my universe. It's where I'm from, it's what I know, is near and dear to my heart. And so when I see those things, it's like, wow. So what I wanted to present to Ronnie are two things. And it's just a little bit to not only encourage him to continue what he's doing, because I've been thoroughly impressed with what he's done with the podcast and maintaining his commitment. He's been here week in and week out, besides a little cold that he came down with, and to be cautious, he didn't want to come in, and that we didn't want him to come in. And so it's all good. But here I have, this is a baseball card, or football card, I should say, for one of my former students, Tack McKinley. He actually was in my class when I worked at Nystrom. I don't know if I ever told you that, but he actually plays for the Raiders now. He played for the Falcons. And so I wanted to hook up Ronnie with that. That's an autograph card, by the way. And so just to show a little love to Ronnie, he mentioned Tack the other day, and I was like, I know Tack. And then so it made me think, I wanted to hook him up with that because I thought it was cool that he actually knew Tack, and he was excited, just like I was, to know that somebody from our area, made it to the NFL, made it to that level of success. And so I think that was really cool. And then I got something else. In my bag. And so this is another person from our area who's reached high levels of success. Number 17, Chuck Jacobs, who G actually knows too. Yeah. He's a former classmate. Now I'm not a Niner fan at all, so it's kind of hard for me to get excited about this one.
Extra big deal, yeah.
But I know Ronnie's a Niner fan, right? Kind of like. Now you are.
I love football.
So Ronnie loves football. So I'm hooking up Ronnie with a Chuck Jacobs jersey, who's actually a former classmate of Gio and I's. And so, yeah, I think that I just wanted to give him a little bit of Richmond history right there. And then also just encourage him to continue and keep doing what he's doing. And because I know that he has a really bright future, as long as he continues to be persistent and keeps steady on the mission of what he wants to accomplish. And so not to be long-winded, but I felt like I wanted to do
that's
that,
good.
not to
No,
cut
for
into your
sure.
guys' time.
No.
I think that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he definitely deserves the credit for sure, because it's rare when you have someone that young and that mature, you know, and committed to a certain project. Because, you know, you get kids in high school and you don't really know if they're going to take it seriously or not, or, you know, they're going to skip out for parties, whatever the case. No, but he's been a very quick learner, very committed to the podcast, even coming out to clean up events and helping us when he can. So he definitely deserves the credit. So for sure, shout out to Ronnie.
Yeah.
On that for sure.
And, you know, especially thinking back of myself as a high school student, I know that I wasn't at that place where I'd be ready and willing to want to commit to a project like this.
Yeah.
So he's already light years ahead of where I was. And so I know that he's capable of accomplishing great things. And so I just wanted to show a little token of appreciation. And that's from moving forward. All right, everybody. That's not just for me. That's from moving forward to Ronnie. And shout out Ronnie and all the young people out there, you know, holding it down, representing the city of Richmond well. I had another thing that I just was thinking, and I really wanted to share with you guys. But before that, Ronnie, is there anything that you wanted to say?
You know, I wouldn't be here without my Uncle Theo John, so shout you out. You know, wish you were here, but, you know, things happen. But, you know, I wouldn't be here with this great cast, you know, without you for putting me in this spot. So thankful for the stuff you gave me. You know, I'm not a Niner fan, football fan.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, thank you. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do it, but, you know, I thank you for it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So you heard it from Ronnie first. You know, he's a very grateful kid. And so, man, young man, I should say. Young man. Yeah. He is towering over me by a couple of feet. Or no, some inches, but, you know, same difference. One thing that I was thinking was like, man, it's really cool to do a podcast or do something, even though it is a little bit scary sometimes to put yourself out there. But just thinking like how your son, Gio, in 10 or 20 years, 30 years, can look back at these podcast episodes and be like, look, that's Gio on there, you know? I think that's so cool. I feel like taking advantage of technology, of using technology for, you know, doing things like this is really changing a lot of things for people. Because if you go back, and if you go back far enough, people didn't even have cameras to take pictures. So like for me, like I don't know what my great grandfather looked like, you know, or my great grandmother looked like, you know. And the closer we get to the current times, there's pictures of people, you know, and you can say, oh yeah, that's this person, that's this person. It's cool to see, right? And now we're getting into the ages where there are videos of people. And so putting together these types of things where we're actually able to talk about subjects that may help people, or maybe your son can watch this in 10 or 20 years and get something from it or learn something from it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you guys have thought about that at all.
Yeah, it's something I definitely think about. You know, like you said, there's a lot of things that I probably don't see as far as pictures with my family. But especially within the last 10 years, like it's been huge with videos and pictures, kind of just documenting what people have gone through, and you've seen people grow in all YouTube, on Instagram, and anybody who's really had, you know, our friends, you go back far enough, you can just see the growth within them. You know, I think that's really dope, and I wonder how much further this is gonna go, maybe like down the road, like you said, when my son is bigger, you know, older.
Yeah, I mean, if your son were to tune into YouTube, just hopefully he doesn't tune into the MySpace. Hopefully that's taking off the internet, right? Somewhere on the dark web. No, don't go looking up our MySpaces, please. Please don't.
So right now, we're gonna segue really quickly into our prizes. we said we were going to announce a winner at 8 p.m. Right now, we currently have 3 prizes to give away. So this is in no particular order, but we have a Moving Forward t-shirt to give away. We have a Pete's Coffee gift card to give away worth $20. And then the grand prize, the Oral-B toothbrush, valued at how much on someone?
$200.
Valued at $200.
$200. Shout out Walnut Creek Dental for that again.
Here I have them. We're gonna pick them live on air. All right. How about you pick one?
Okay.
And then you pick one.
All right.
And then I'll pick the third one.
All right. Make sure that you followed all the steps and
Yes.
did all the liking and subscribing that you gotta do.
So everyone commented on the post and they said whether or not they did it. We're gonna verify. So if you didn't do it, we're gonna go on to the next person. But let's see, who wants to announce the Moving Forward tee, who wants to announce the gift card, and who wants to announce a toothbrush?
I think,
I'll do a t-shirt.
okay.
Okay, why don't you do the toothbrush?
Okay.
And then I'll do the gift card. So let's go you first, I'll go
All right.
second, and then you third.
Perfect.
Yeah?
All right. And this is their Instagram name, right?
Yes, this is our Instagram name. Okay.
Yeah. So we got a Yenny_with_A_Y. Yenny with a Y. You have won We Run Richmond 5K t-shirt. That's the yearly event we put on. We're going to hook you up with one of these. You're going to get it. We're going to go ahead and DM you and figure out how we're going to get this to you. But you will be receiving your 5K t-shirt soon. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats, Yenny. Okay, so the winner of the Pete's gift card that I have in my hand right here is Big Mama Chelly.
Big Mama Chelly.
Araceli. So also, one of Moving Forward's, backbone people, I would say for sure, because she's always there. She's always helped out with the scholarship. She's always just been such a big supporter, her and her family, and her impressively strong, athletic mom.
Yeah.
Anybody knows Araceli's mom?
I know her.
Yeah, she's like a beast at the workout. So
Yeah.
shout out to Araceli. You're the winner of the gift card. You have the option to either pick it up in person, or we can email it to you if you just want to provide your email, and we'll give you an e-gift card. But we'll definitely get in contact with you and DM you soon. Okay? So,
All right.
Congratulations.
congratulations.
All right. Should I put that in the
Yeah, let me pass this.
time for the big grand prize? Let's see. I know this person's in here because I've seen him commenting a couple of times. Maybe that'll give him a hint. So, for the big Toothbrush Genius 9600 Braun Bluetooth
Red Rider
The
BB
winner
gun.
is Jason Varela.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations. You are the winner.
Yeah, Jason's actually one of the last year's Moving Forward scholarship recipients. So
Oh, wow.
shout him out, man. He's been holding it down.
Man, maybe
Congrats.
we should go play the lotto, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, congratulations. This looks like it's very expensive.
Yeah, so Jason, you heard it first from G. Go ahead. We're going to be in contact. We're going to figure out how we're going to get this toothbrush over to you. And yeah, congratulations to all our winners. And man, so like part of the reason we like to do this type of stuff and give away stuff is just people donate some of these items like the toothbrush to us to be able to do these things. So we can show some love to everybody who's been supporting us all these years and continue to support us. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, we hope that you enjoy these prizes.
Yeah.
Do you want to give any last minute life hacks?
Life hacks. Are we doing it? My life hacks? Or?
Just
If you
before
got
we go?
one, I think you gave away a few life hacks already.
Yeah, I got a couple, especially for the holidays. So let me go ahead and just drop down on you guys now. I say it's every time. that makes me smile. But you want to know what? It makes me smile even more because my son looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen pictures,
Uh-huh.
but he looks identical. Like he's a clone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
No,
man,
no face swap needed.
nothing. Yeah, he looks dead on me. So I got a couple life hacks. One, I want to do one for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I know a lot of people when they roll out their Christmas lights, sometimes they don't work. It could be two things. I want you guys, before you guys throw them away, it's usually sometimes another light bulb that is kind of affecting all of them. So check that. Make sure you roll them out and make sure test them all out. It's usually one closer to the where you plug it in. And sometimes they also have these things that you put fuses at the beginning of it. You can pop those out and put one in. They usually come in with the pack, a little plastic. So that's one. Two, I'm in Richmond. I told you my dad's always putting lights up. There's been times where they've taken some of those decorations.
Wow.
So
that's low.
What he's done throughout the years is just kind of nail them down to the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they don't expect it because people go in, take it out. But the times where he's just nailed them down, they get spooked and they get scared. And they feel like, somebody's watching them because they can't take it as quick. They've left it there and he hasn't had an issue since then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's two. A third one that I want to do, I know a lot of people are shopping online. With shopping online, you get a lot of spam mail. And I got this one from one of my friends, TJ, who's an IT guy. And he told me a thing to kind of just see where it's coming from, these spam mails. He said when you apply to these, accounts or buy something online, what you should do to verify where it's coming from or who's selling your information, when you put your name, put your first name, and as a middle name, put the site that you're using.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to, let's say, shopping at Target, not saying that they do that. I would put Giovanni Target, and all the spam that's coming in will say, "Hi, Giovanni Target." You know what I mean? And you'll kind of narrow it down for where it's coming from. That's when actually he told me, earlier today. I thought it was just genius as far as like with everybody shopping online, especially with this whole COVID thing. So those are the life hacks I have for today.
The last life hacks of the season.
Yeah.
But there will be more, right? I'm hoping.
Definitely.
I'm hoping there will be more.
Season 3.
Yeah, and so, man, it's been a great season. I feel like I learned a lot during this, and I'm glad that we've been able to continue to do stuff. Even though we haven't been as active out in the community as we would like to be, we still been doing something, still giving back during the pandemic through the podcast. And so that's been exciting for me. But I'm also excited to take a little break.
For sure. Yep.
Diana, do you have any last things that you wanted to say, people to shout out?
So I for sure want to shout out the people that put together the show. So Lady for all the promotion. Shout out to Gio for coming today. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to the rest of the cast. Anselmo right next to me. And then, hopefully if Jay comes back for sure next season, shout out to Jay because he's also helped us a lot with starting the entire podcast and
most definitely
editing. So big shout out to him, huge shout out to him, and also everyone that tunes in and supports us. Thank you so much.
We definitely appreciate all that. Can't forget one last one. Shout out Mike. He's the one that's allowed us to use this space so that we can record it. The studio, the official studio, which is nice to be able to have access to. So yeah, and I think that's just about it. So until next season, it's been fun. We're going to go ahead and sign off, and let's keep Richmond moving forward.